What's up, everybody? It's Adam here from Never Too Old for Comics, and I just wanted to come on and talk quickly about some YouTube drama that seems to be rampant all over YouTube right now. As you can tell, some of the bigger YouTubers are talking about it. But in this case, it's kind of hit a little bit home here in regards to a friend of mine and in the comic book community on YouTube. Now, I'm new to this community because I've been a long time collector since the 70s. However, I've recently got inspired to start vlogging about my collection or and comics in general. And some YouTube drama recently came about between two people on YouTube. So my opinion on this stuff is that this is kind of ridiculous. There should be nothing but love and stuff, within this community, and it's comic books for God's sakes. Um, However, typically or in typical form here on YouTube, people do not reach out and try to communicate with one another one on one. What they end up doing is they end up putting their whole life on YouTube, or they put the other person on blast on YouTube, and that goes out to the whole world and opens everybody up for to critique and insult, because it's just human nature to do that, especially if you're taking sides, and you're not a neutral party. So people attack, and an attack is really a bad word to use. Personally, this probably has everything to do with miscommunication and just not being responsible enough to approach the other person and say that you have a problem with them. Now, everybody has a right to their opinion, and if you're going to get a little bit ass hurt, because of somebody criticizes you about certain things, then YouTube should not be the forum that you're on. You have to be open up, for all sorts of criticism, even the most harshest criticism for the most simplest of, things, topics. So in this situation, I really do think it has to do with miscommunication. Kevin's Comics versus We Love Comics. Uh, Chris is a friend of mine. I consider him a friend, an online friend, let's just say. And I know of him from other channels. And whatever he felt he needed to do back in January or whenever it was he started his channel is his prerogative to do. If he felt that a particular person was on a panel that he was a part of, and he didn't get along with that person, then he took it upon himself to walk away from it and do his own thing. Why anybody should take offense to that is beyond me. Um, Unless they were stealing money from your wallet for doing that, then I don't see it being any problem at all. So there were some derogatory things, or people took certain things as insults, and they got hidden away, and some feelings got hurt, and now Kevin's Comics comes out and makes a video basically blasting Chris, because Chris had certain comments to say, because had already had enough. He was fed up with certain things that were said. Again, everybody has a right to their opinion, and there were certain things that seems okay that got a little bit out of hand. Now, here on YouTube, it's a whole different world. It's You really have to have a thick skin, and personally, I think Chris should have known that things like this happen. Uh, but I'm not in his shoes. Um, Anytime I've ever had issues like that and stuff, I basically ignore them. Um, but this all kind of refers back to Kevin's opinion as to Chris not having the right um, qualifications to do a PTSD video. it's no different from anybody else doing it, inviting other people who have PTSD who want to share their story. Chris was in no way acting in an irresponsible way, saying that he was going to give medical advice to these people who have PTSD. He was only providing a forum for them to speak. So it was a little bit immature, I think, on Kevin's part to assume the other and make a comment regarding it. But if that's how he's seen it, that's how he's seen it. And that's why we have the situation that is there now. This is comic books, guys. This should not be happening. You know, this should be... I'm new to this comic book world. Not on... I mean, on YouTube, not in general. I've been a collector since the 70s. Late 70s at that. And off and on throughout, you know, the last couple of decades and stuff. So... this should not. This should just be you know, everybody getting together and sharing. Everybody in the comic book community should be learning who each other are and stuff, and trade or whatever the case is. Share information. You know, I find it, you know, very cool and stuff. I tried to get back and do something like this back in 2008. It just was not the right time to do it. Everybody was just out of comics at the time, and I was noticing that the comic books that were selling hot then are not selling at all now. I used to buy huge lots of comics on Craigslist and eBay, and just to see what kind of a treasure chest I would get every time I would order, you know, a whole lot. But anyway, this whole situation has just gotten blown out of fucking proportion. And then there's other people out there who really made some fucked up remarks and stuff to Chris and stuff, and that I could understand why Chris could be really pissed off, and I'm sure that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So I don't know. I'm not even going to say the name and stuff because it's just not worth saying. Obviously, this person is just looking for attention in order to get subs. Which is why I was trying to tell Chris, don't say the name, because the more you say the name, the more people are curious to know who this person is, and are going to go see who this person is. So anyway, drama just needs to stop. This is comic books, guys. I wanted to come on the show, the PTSD show and stuff, and talk about opiate addiction, because I personally had experience in that. I mean, look at what happened with Prince. I probably speculate that it's going to come out that he passed away due to an opiate overdose or a combination of medications, because that's what a lot of addicts do, is they combine things to satisfy their feeling or the high that they're looking for. Now, everybody has a different take on opiates and stuff. I'm sorry, not the take, but everybody reacts differently to opiates. There's either one way or the other. One way a lot of people get high on opiates is they take it and they get fucked up. They get all, you know, drowsy and they want to knock out and, you know, be high that way. On the other hand, and this is how it affected me when I had my issues and stuff, is that it actually opened my mind. It made me more productive. I mean, I used to do so many things on that. Not like speed, nothing like that. It's the euphoric feeling that you get out of it and stuff that just made your mind open up and want to do different things. Yeah, a website. I was, you know, building websites, and I was doing the DJ thing, which I had been doing since the 80s. But I was, you know, part of the nightlife industry here in Los Angeles and Hollywood, part of major productions too, and it got scary when I noticed that there was a bad issue, and for a lot of people it's difficult to back out. But I want people out there to know that there is a way to get out, and you don't have to go through the pain and suffering, but you have to want to do it. So I don't know. I just think this whole thing is crazy, and I hope it gets straightened out. I hope to make more videos regarding comic books, not drama. But I just wanted to step in and say that if you're not responsible for the information you put out there, you're going to mislead a lot of people. That goes for comic books, that goes for drama, that goes for the truther movement, which basically, and Chris is accused now of being part of a truth movement and stuff. And like every person who recently wakes up per se, they listen to all this other crazy shit on YouTube and believe it without doing much research, and then they go off on a tangent and repeating wrong information. That's one thing my channel used to be involved with. This stuff is and if I seen anything that got remotely out of hand, like right now, you have people who believe the Earth is flat, and they really honestly believe the Earth is flat. They come out and say, "Well, prove that it's round." I mean, you don't even get started, because if you have a gullible mind or personality, you will get sucked into it, and they point things out that are obvious to the narrow vision of who you are, but they don't bother to give you any other information and stuff. It's very limited in what they're looking at. So anyway, that's a whole other story. So yeah, I just hope that things straighten out in this community, and I hope to make more videos regarding comic books and make more friends. So I appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. All right, man. Have a good day, guys.